Jakob, we've had a really good collaboration now, and it started maybe 2.5 years ago.
Well, I guess it was already 4 years ago. This year is my fourth edition of reSITE, and I remember when I came to Prague, you and Osamu, you were one of the first partners that I met here. And it was not only like this conversation that we had then, it was not only the beginning of a very nice friendship and a very nice collaboration between Goethe-Institut and reSITE, but I guess we also addressed a few, let's say, issues of Central and Eastern European cities and city planning.
Which were?
Back then. Well, definitely the need of, let's say, alternatives to top-down urban planning, to centralized urban planning. I guess this is a kind of symptomatic problem to cities like Prague, Warsaw, Budapest, but maybe also like smaller cities like Katowice, Brno, and so on. So I guess that was like the beginning of our collaboration and the initial, let's say, come together of something that later became our project Shared Cities, no?
Yeah, and I have to say we were really excited to start working with such a good institution. And we, at the time, were like a 2-year-old organization, 2.5 years old, and we thought we could do a big European project, which we had no idea what the scope was or how big it could be. So thankfully, Jakob came to us a year later and said, we'd like to help you with this project. And I think you're also managing the project in a way, or leading the project, I should say, in a way that's quite different. And is it top-down?
No, not really. I mean, managing a big project is always a bit top-down, but we really try to kind of not only talk about sharing economy and sharing techniques, but we also try to share our responsibilities within the project. And you know best because you're part of something that we call the core team in the project. So we are 3 organizations here in Prague: Czech Centers, Goethe-Institut, and reSITE. But we also have more partners. We have 8 more partners. So in total we have 7 cities, 6 countries, and 11 partners. And we have kind of very flat hierarchies, I hope. All the partners are here, so anyone...
It's often easy to say when you start a project, and then particularly in design. I think Lenny knows this because we've worked on collaborative design projects together. That it's great to collaborate, right? That's the first thing you always say, and then you sit down at the table, and then you have meetings after meetings after meetings, and the collaboration's tough, I think. And Jakob is leading this kind of collaboration, not just with the core team, but across all the other partners. And I have to say, not just a partner, but it's a really interesting and good process. And I think it's, from our perspective, we clearly have a strong vision, and we come and say, like, we want to do something, and then we talk about it with the entire team, and it gets better. And I think that's the beauty of collaboration, particularly in this kind of model, is that you hear from other partners like you, or our partners in Katowice, or Budapest and Berlin, and then the ideas get refined. And what kind of outputs you can tell everybody, maybe?
Well, it's impressive already. After 1 year, we reached more than 20,000 people with about 140 events. reSITE is, of course, one of the bigger events already in the second year in the project Shared Cities. But we've got plenty of different workshops, other sessions, conferences. We will have a huge exhibition in 2020, starting in Berlin and then traveling around Europe. So there is kind of plenty of moments to get in touch with the project and with the partners and its actors. As I've mentioned, we already had around 140 events. There will be around 160 more of them. I hope we will reach a large audience, not only 20,000, but maybe 200,000, 300,000, because it's very important for our, let's say, for our initial idea to bring the discourse, the sharing topic more into the audience here in Central and Eastern Europe, and to share knowledge and share experiences. And that's what we are hopefully going to do this afternoon as well, in the Shared Cities session, or in the different sessions.
And that's cue me. We have a really ambitious program. There's 11, correct me if I'm wrong, there's 11 parallel workshops happening at the same time. If you open your programs, you'll see there's a map of the venue, and in each of these locations, mostly in the back of each side of the room, there will be interactive workshops happening. And on the main stage, so in the front sections, if you're sitting in the front, there will be discussions, 3 discussions on stage. You should have signed up for a workshop already, but if you haven't, I think there's three workshops which maybe need some more people, which is waste management. There's one called P7 Forever, which is about, I think, organizing, about Prague 7, and advocating. And then that's actually continuing again on Saturday, optional, to be outside on Saturday on Pristov. And then the last one is Just Add People, which is about gaming and building space with some sticks and creating an atmosphere by adding people. And the discussions, I think we can probably look at the topics if I have control of my slides. But there will be these 3 discussions. Here's some summaries of the project. We've done hacking street furniture, so the interactive workshops we've explained. Future transportation will exist on the main stage. We'll also talk about energy and safety in cities, and we'll also talk about data and urban data infrastructure, so technology. Originally, the project started from our perspective about like the sharing economy and how the sharing economy was affecting the design and the use of cities. And the great thing about the collaboration is it's completely expanded. So it's about culture, it's about data, it's about making physical spaces, transforming urban space, and it's about sharing knowledge and culture across these diverse cities, which hold some kind of common themes in history.
And if you want to meet us or our partners, you are cordially invited tonight. We will present our new magazine, the magazine Miasto, from our partners Respublika from Warsaw. Tonight at the Goethe-Institut, you will have the opportunity to not only meet the people behind the project, you will see the new magazine that you probably already got at the entrance. And we will, of course, serve some drinks and food and snacks, and you will enjoy the nice view from our institute that is somehow also a kind of hub or a headquarter for the whole project. And we reconstructed the whole space with some architects that are very close to us, Institute for Applied Architecture from Berlin. So you will see some interesting architecture, interesting interiors, meet great people from our project, and so please join us at 8 o'clock tonight at the Goethe-Institut.
Okay, and this space is still available as a shared space, right? If you have some kind of event, you can then call Jakob or the Goethe-Institut and book it for some kind of sharing event. Okay, so come to the party, and I think we should start, let's say, in no more than 20 minutes. Everyone should be stationed in their workshops, or if you're staying for the discussion, you should be in your chairs, and then we'll start promptly. So you can get up now, and you should start talking to each other and introducing yourselves to your workshop mates, and you should look for the numbers of your workshop, which you've signed up for, or in the program, around the outside of the hall. That'll be your meeting point. And then you'll start the workshop in those sections. Okay, and I should also announce if you're invited to the Prague 5 master plan workshop that's happening across the street. If you don't know how to get there, contact someone from reSITE and they'll bring you there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.